Hello, and welcome all. As we have still been attempting to rescue the captured dragon keepers from the Isle of Doors, I have thought it best to research and examine other such cases of dragons that have been harder to deal with. This first such case was a dragon chronicled by a man named Timothy Burton. This dragon is called Dragon Juice, a name I will only say once, for reasons you will soon learn. This is a 66-foot-long amphitheater, known for its black and white stripes, green spike protrusions, and a second mouth that can come out of its maw. However, what this dragon is most known for is its story. Thousands of years ago, this dragon was a constant menace, traveling from kingdom to kingdom, burning it to the ground, and torturing its subjects until it had its fun, and left for another village. Many tried, but no one was able to slay the creatures. Spears and swords could not break through the creature's hide, and no spell known to man was powerful enough to contain it. That was, until a sorceress named Juno, the one who had created this dragon in the first place, came onto the scene. She cast a powerful spell that, while it didn't kill the dragon, trapped it in an eternal hibernation. Well, eternal to an extent. You see, there was one way for the creature to be reawakened, and that is to say the dragon's name 3 times. Once this is done, the dragon will appear before the one who spoke it. However, this can be undone by repeating the name thrice more. Many less intelligent individuals have tried this, stupidly thinking that they may be able to control the dragon and have it do their bidding. However, as soon as the dragon realizes they are not intending to set it free permanently, it will betray them, often eating them alive. Ah yes, freeing the dragon permanently. There is one way to permanently break Juno's spell, that being to sacrifice a young, unmarried maiden to the dragon. If this were to happen, the dragon would once again be free to resume its terror. For obvious reasons, very few have tried this, and when these idiotic few have attempted this, we have been able to put a stop to it. So, as for now, the dragon still sleeps, as it will hopefully remain. The next dragon that we will cover did not actually start its life as a dragon. She was originally a human woman named Amelia, who was born with monster morph abilities, the ability to turn into a creature of some kind. Her monster form was a western blue dragon, similar to a fairy dragon but much larger. However, as most monster morphs do, she hid her abilities for fear of the town turning on her, and she was right to be cautious. For a while, she was able to keep her dragon form a secret, until her wedding day, where she was set to marry a man named Bacchus. Emotions ran high, and she lost control. The townspeople were horrified and proceeded to hunt down Amelia. She tried to fly away, but eventually was brought down, with her fiancé dealing the finishing blow. However, this wasn't the end for Amelia. An old mage named Elder Goknik, who had been a mentor to Amelia, took pity on her and cast a spell that would keep her alive until she was ready to move on. However, he was quite senile, and this spell did not exactly go as planned. Amelia was brought back, but not fully. For one thing, she could no longer turn back into a human, being permanently stuck in her dragon state, if even that. See, this spell took a while to craft, so by the time Elder had completed it, Amelia's corpse had already begun to decay, and she was resurrected in a zombie-like state. But as badly as her body had been altered, her mind was worse. Amelia began to see any man as the one who'd killed her, and would proceed to hunt them down and eat them alive. This caused many to once again try to slay her, but the Elder's curse kept her alive until she was ready to move on. That was when one dragon keeper got an idea. Victor Van Dort, a dragon keeper and possible monster morph himself, tracked down Bacchus, who by this time was an old man, and allowed the dragon to kill him. A bit morally questionable, but I say he deserved it. After this, whoever was recording this likely ingested too many mushrooms, as the report states that Amelia then turned into a swarm of blue butterflies and flew into the heavens. I doubt this is accurate, but stranger things have happened. This next horrible event was one started from a place of love. A few years ago, there was a very successful dragon keeper by the name of Victor Frankenstein, who, despite many theories, has no relation to Victor Van Dort. Anyway, Frankenstein often rode a Zuberator into battle, a specific breed known for its ability to control lightning, called the Sparking Thunderhound. Though Victor simply referred to his friend as Sparky, Victor and Sparky fought well together throughout many missions, up until their last. Victor had been sent to fight off a skeletal king wyvern, one of the most ferocious beasts known to man. They were, surprisingly, able to drive away the dragon. However, Sparky had been dealt a mortal wound. The creature died, and Victor was predictably distraught, and sought to find a way to bring his friend back from the dead. Though I sympathize with his plea, as our last story shows, this can be quite problematic. Somehow, after years of experimenting, Frankenstein found the right combination of spells to bring his friend back to life, and in perfect condition. I decided that since this was a one-time occurrence, that it could slide, but this horrifically backfired. Many other dragon keepers, who had also had their mounts killed in battle, sought to resurrect their fallen allies. However, they were not as effective as Frankenstein was, causing their mounts to become twisted and monstrous versions of their past selves. Suddenly, we had an army of undead dragons we had to deal with. Luckily, Victor and Sparky were able to put them all back in their rightful place. Now, if you thought the dragons we've discussed so far were unsettling, then wait until you get a load of this one. The Smiling Jester is a large wyvern with a large smile and a very colorful hide. However, do not let this creature's clown-like appearance fool you. This is one of the most sadistic dragons known to man, and its natural weapon is one of the most disturbing I've ever come across. This dragon constantly spews a toxic gas from its maw, a gas that, if inhaled, can have devastating consequences. The victim will first begin to slowly giggle, which will slowly turn into a violent laugh. The victim will continue to laugh and laugh until they die from suffocation. In death, the victim's face will be stuck in a large, eerie grin. Of all the ways one can die, this is not one I'd recommend. This dragon is also quite sadistic, often torturing its victims for hours on end before finally killing them. It is also surprisingly clever, being able to strategize and manipulate its desired prey. Either way, the first sighting of one of these dragons took place in the kingdom of Gotham, a kingdom known for its abundance of dragon attacks. One day, a smiling jester flew above the city, dropping thousands of gold coins it had previously collected down upon the city. This attracted the subjects of this kingdom, and they went outside to collect the gold. However, this was the dragon's intent. The dragon then swooped down and began to spread its toxic gas over the kingdom's inhabitants, killing them in an eruption of laughter. However, it was not able to get far with its rampage, as soon a dragon keeper named Brixwanian, often known as the Dark Knight, rode in on his dragon mount. His black dragon began to fight the smiling jester, as the Dark Knight leaped from dragon to dragon. He took a long rope and tied it around the dragon's neck, stopping its deadly breath. He then began to tighten the rope around the dragon's neck until it had finally been strangled. Since then, there have been many more sightings of this dragon, as well as its variations. Perhaps we shall cover more another day, but that is all for now. If you have any requests for further dragons you wish to discuss, you may bring your concerns to me later. For now, good night.